So today we'll replace filters in my ventilation system. I'm not sure if I showed you that before, but at my house I use a ventilation system with heat exchanger that allows me to save some heat. So the best explanation how the system works and what are its benefits is this diagram here that shows that the air that comes from outside of the house has only 4 degrees Celsius. Then it passes by the air from inside the house, which is 23 degrees, and supply the house with 21 degrees air. Quick calculation, 21 divided by 23 times 100% gives you over 91% efficiency. That's a huge benefit for the house, temperature wise, as well as it provides proper exchange of air, which is great in a house environment. It protects the house from mold situation, high humidity situation, and it's healthier for the people living in there because the air inside the house is constantly fresh. So every 3 months I have to change the filter. As you can see, there is an icon showing check the filters. This is to remind me that the filters might be dirty. It doesn't mean they are. I'm sure they will be, so when we open the central unit you will see it significantly darker than the new filter. Now I mentioned the benefits. The disadvantages of the system are the installation cost, which is the cost of the central unit, the labor and the duct that has to be routed all over the house. Some day-to-day costs of the electricity. It takes a little bit of electricity, very little though, and the cost of the filters, which are extremely cheap. I got myself a stock of filters that I cut to size that will surely last me for the end of my days, and it costs me only roughly £20, or let's say $25. So the central unit looks like so. It has intake filters behind this plate. We open it with imbus or Allen key if you wish. You've got 2 screws, one here and one at the other end, and the and the outtake filter that is hidden behind this plate. It's as simple as that, removing 4 screws, removing drawers with the filters, replacing them with a new one and installing it back. That's it. So what we'll do first is switch off the ventilation, and it's just by pressing this button, and you can hear that the noise almost disappeared. Sorry for the light conditions, however this is the place where I keep my roll of filter. It's huge, as you can see, so we'll cut a piece of it and then we'll properly cut to the appropriate size, comparing it to the one that I used. So it's size 6 Allen key. I'm using my favorite Vera brand keys. I'm sure for this type of job you don't need such a fine brand of tools, but it's a pleasure to work with them. I love this little magnetic plates. They save me from looking for washers or bolts. I just put it here in any position and it will be there when I come back to it. So this is how the central unit looks like after removing outtake plate. As you can see already, the filter is quite mucky, dirty, and we'll compare it to a fresh one and you will see the difference is quite significant, I would say. And the intake part of the central unit cover is also removed. We can see a little controller here. You can see some temperature probe in there, and you can see the heating element just in case the air outside is so cold that it affects the whole ventilation. So it needs a little bit heating, but that's only if the temperature fall really well below zero. Okay, so I'm removing the filters. Sorry, I do it with one hand, so the footage will be a little bit shaky. So I think it's very easy to assess which one is intake filter, which is outtake. The intake has some insects on it, and you can definitely see how big is the difference between fresh filter and used filters. This is the air we breathe with, so the purpose of the filter, I think, is self-explanatory in this case. Okay, so we'll open the cassettes. Oh, it's fairly simple. Okay. Now you can see even clearer how big of a difference the filter does. Okay, so we remove it, and we'll do the same with the second one. Now we are cutting the filter to the size. It doesn't have to be exact measurement. I'm using here my little helper. He's just marking the area of the filter, then we'll cut it with my trusty Fisker's scissors and we'll insert it back into the cassette. Okay, and that's the final result of that replacement. The filters are in place. I'll just put the cassettes back into the central unit and the job will be done. And finally pushing the cassette back into the unit. Done. And done. Done. And done. So we can finally switch on the ventilation and then reset the filter cleaning. And that's it. As you can see, it's a very simple process. I hope you liked the video. Please do comment, ask questions, criticize. I don't mind. I like hearing all ideas and all questions anyway. Thanks again and have a great day, guys.